with the rose
Yeah.
cord going on there.
Yeah.
That is a
And
really
then,
cool coincidence.
like this one, it has, I'll take it off and you can look at it closely. That
Yeah.
purple stone is called a lapidolite, and it has
Oh.
lithium flakes in it. Lithium is used to help with depression and anxiety, but you can't, they were trying to give people that internally, and it was helping them, but it was also killing them. It was making them calmly die.
Oh,
So they figured out that just wearing the stone lets off enough lithium, the right amount in your blood
interesting.
system.
They were
keeps
putting
you
it in
calm.
their blood.
Yeah, they were
before?
taking it like internally. You know, they were
Oh.
experimenting back then on mental
Yeah.
health, but
Yeah.
they figured that now just wearing it, it's proven that the lithium that releases from the stone is
Mhm.
enough to keep you calm and fight depression.
So how do you learn about these things? Is that just, getting your Googles on and seeing what's what?
Well, it's a little bit of Googling, but now it's more experience. And I have a book that was gifted to me, and it's written by a scientist.
Yeah.
So this scientist wrote out metaphysical properties that were, from observation and, experiments and, observing people.
Yeah.
So that one book, it's like a recipe book for crystals. Somebody
Mhm.
can say, I've been putting them together, and then now I've gotten testimonials to see, from people. Like I had a lady that was pregnant, and she was on bed rest. She's like, I need you to make me a crystal, help me keep this baby safe. And I was like, so I went in the book.
No pressure.
Prenatal, I know, prenatal, and I found all the good stones, and it started to make sense by color, like why this stone would be good for this condition.
Yeah.
And then I put it together, forgot about it. Then like a year later, she's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a picture of the baby. A week after I started wearing the necklace, I got taken off of bed rest, and everything was fine.
Wow.
So now it's tried in my eyes. It's tested, but like this selenite, it's like a white stone right here. I have on my TikTok an experiment that rest my cat's soul, Mango. He gave me the proof of how the energy of that stone works.
And how did Mango show you how it works?
So at home, I have a selenite wands. They're about this long and about this thick. And so they say that it's very healing for cats, and they pick up on the energy, your pets. So he was asleep, and my lady was on the bed with us, and he was knocked out like this. Hand over his paw over the eye, right?
Yeah.
So I took the wand and was just lightly going over his body with it. And then when I got to his feet over the wand, his whole body started ticking. It's on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. There's, the science to this is so interesting to me, because some of it is just like an innate feeling.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like the science, it's a science thing, but it's hard to call it science.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's metaphysical at that point. It's just something there that we're trying to figure out what it is, but it's doing something, and it's doing that thing.
Doing that thing. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
And I learned the hard way with crystals, because my lady's friend, I worked for him at the gym show once in Tucson. And he's like, you have a natural affinity for these things. I'm going to gift you some. But I thought he was going to give me a pocket full and send me on my way for working for him for the day.
Yeah.
Trays.
Oh,
Seth
wow.
Marinick. Shout out to Seth Marinick.
Shout out
He is
Seth.
my crystal godfather.
Yeah.
He gifted me trays of crystals that I didn't know properties, anything, and I learned, like, bringing them in my home. My cats went crazy. Like, they started doing stuff like, we come home and they're on the top of the refrigerator, like, you've never done that. What are you doing?
What?
Yeah, they would be darting, and then I had to learn that when you're storing them, don't put the red crystals with the blue ones, because the blue is trying to stay calm and red and orange are turning up. And it makes sense in color. Red is the go, when you look at commercial advertisements.
Yeah.
Red everywhere, because that's...
Yeah.
So I had to learn by trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting that the cats were feeling it.
They will tell you about energy.
Yeah. Cats sure will. Animals will tell you.
Any animal in general.
Yeah, fascinating. And I think, the healing properties within these gems is also fascinating. And it's something that you kind of learn by experimenting. You learn by trial and error, and then you kind of see what works and doesn't work. So you got your personal experience, and then I'm sure as you talk to other people that are using these gems, they might give you advice on how they use them.
Yeah.
What worked for them.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I learned so much from people. So many people. I worked in a metaphysical shop once, and I started seeing all of these elderly white ladies coming in, buying black candles or red candle. I'm like, what kind of witchery is going on? I was halfway, 1 foot in and 1 out the door, but I finally asked the lady. She's like, well, I just, she was sweet. Somebody is sending me some negative energy, and I don't want to do any harm to them. I just want to protect mine. So there's the black candle and there's the red candle. I'm like, wow. So they're using colors, and people think it's witch and all of that, but it's just, everything is an energy.
Exactly.
If you wanna calm down, you go in a blue room or a green room. Don't go into a red room. That's time to create.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for everything. So working in that store really helped me to broaden my magical ear, because there was some magic going on in that store.
Yeah.
It was.
Did you ever experience